Over its 150-year history, MLB has seen its fair share of cheating scandals, like the infamous 1919 Black Sox match-fixing scandal. But guess what? Cheating is still alive and well in baseball, and it's gotten pretty high-tech. From bugged balls to clever use of modern gadgets, players have tried it all. But here's the kicker. Not every attempt has been a home run. Let's dive into some times MLB players were caught cheating in-game. Aaron Judge. We start off with a bit of a soft one here, as nobody could ever confirm if he was actually cheating here. What we do know is that when he stepped up to the plate to hit against the Toronto Blue Jays, he took a look at his dugout before smashing the ball out of the park in the very next play.
Deep drive, center field, there it goes, see ya!
What ought to be a celebrated home run became one of the most controversial topics of that season. Many began to comment about how Judge had moved his eyes suspiciously, and soon people like the announcers began to accuse him of sign stealing.
Out while at the plate.
Watch what he's looking at.
Yeah. What is that?
Where's he looking?
Where is he looking? And he did it more than once.
They believe that his team had someone who was observing the pitches the Blue Jays were going to call before informing the Yankees. These suspicions were so strong, even Blue Jays coach voiced his opinions about his opponent's strange behavior. However, the school of thought with respect to whether sign stealing should be considered cheating hasn't been fully resolved. As such, nothing really came of the cheating allegations. In fact, the next time Judge smashed another hit, he mocked these suspicions by covering his eyes when he was celebrating. The cheek of this guy. Get him out of there. Rodolfo Castro. Unlike Judge, everybody could see what Castro was up to when the Pittsburgh Pirates went up against the Arizona Diamondbacks. As the hitter smashed the ball across the park, everything seemed great as he made it to the base. However, just when the game was about to carry on without incident, even the broadcasters noticed that Castro was picking his phone up from the dirt on the floor.
For Greg Allen.
Whose phone? Oh, wow. Whose phone is that? Please tell me.
What on earth was he doing with his phone on the pitch? Unfortunately, the MLB doesn't play about having phones on the field. Having one on you while you're out there is strictly prohibited by the MLB, even if you were just trying to take selfies for the gram. It may sound harsh, but these phones could be used to steal other teams' signs or signal vibrations through a player's leg so that they could know their opponent's next pitch. Don't be fooled, these guys can get creative with these things. Despite Castro's claim that this was an accident, the MLB fined and suspended the hitter. Don't mess around with the rules, guys. Nobody cares. Max Scherzer. Next up, we take a look at Max Scherzer, who was caught in a bit of a sticky situation. During a game of the National League Championship Series in which the Dodgers went up against the New York Mets, Scherzer immediately started having problems as he tried to get through the game. First, he complained of arm soreness, but when he re-emerged from the dugout, he found that the umpires won't let him play because apparently his hands and gloves were sticky.
Scherzer just popped out with a new glove because Phil Cuzzy told him that he had to take the glove he was using out of play.
Understandably, they instructed him to go wash his hands off because having sticky hands in a game of baseball would definitely be an underhanded advantage. However, despite his continuous protest, the umpires still wouldn't let him play because they believed that he had returned with hands and gloves that were still sticky. Scherzer tried to explain that he had washed his hands with alcohol and rosin.
Back out there after the third, with alcohol, I wash it with alcohol and rosin. And when I went back out there, the alcohol for a little bit there can be sticky in rosin. That can happen. So he was like, that's too sticky. You need to go back on there, wash it off again, and reapply.
Maybe the rosin got sticky once he began sweating out there. Unfortunately for Scherzer, nobody was buying it at all. They wouldn't be fooled because they had seen this on the likes of Brian Matthews and Michael Pineda. In fact, despite even swearing on the lives of his kids, Scherzer was thrown out of the game and was suspended for 10 whole games.
Touch my hand, they say it's sticky, and I yes, it is because it's sweat and rosin, and they say it's too sticky. It's not, and they threw me out because of that. And I said, I swear on my kid's life, I'm not using anything else.
Just when he needed to get a better grip of the situation, things got way out of hand. Unlucky, mate. That's why you don't cheat. Barry Bonds. Eager to step up from his lowest hitting season, Barry Bonds decided he was ready to do anything to take it to the next level. After smashing record-breaking home runs, soon it became clear that something was up with this increased level of performance.
Deep to right field. This one is on its way to McCovey Cove, number 500.
Not only did he go from Steve Rogers to Captain America in one swoop, people began to question his connection to Greg Anderson, his personal trainer, after facing suspicions that he was supplying his clients with illegal substances. The IRS raided Anderson's home before learning that Barry Bonds was being prescribed something called cream. Although he claimed it was for the player's arthritis, Bonds' legacy came crashing down after it was determined that it was a performance-enhancing drug. Bonds' legacy was ripped to tatters. Lying under oath during Anderson's trial did not help matters, and soon everybody was wondering why he wasn't in prison. Although he was able to avoid prison, he couldn't avoid becoming a parody of his crimes and alleged steroid use. Nonetheless, he tried to carry on by breaking the record for the most home runs in a career.
Been able to swing the bat. That is crushed deep into the San Francisco.
Despite this achievement, Bonds' previous transgressions ensured that he was ridiculed even in the interview following that game. He wasn't even allowed in the Hall of Fame, and he isn't even in the video games. Such a shame. Sammy Sosa. What's worse, sticky fingers or a custom bat? Just ask Sammy Sosa, whose career was on a rise before he got slammed with these batting allegations. In fact, the entire world of baseball fell in love with the guy's ability to smash a home run at will.
Here's a pitch swung on a long drive. Way back, might be at it. It is.
As much as we all love success, sometimes we fail to see the pressure it puts on these athletes to deliver. Perhaps that's what happened to Sosa when he was so eager to remain on top of his game. He decided he had no problems with cheating. Eventually, this desire to maintain a high level of productivity is what exposed him. After making another hit during a game against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, everyone became suspicious when his bat broke into pieces.
No, they're looking to see what's in the bat, and they want to see if what's in the bat is really the bat or if there's anything in there that should.
Upon evaluation of these pieces, Sammy would shock the world when it was revealed that he had used a corked baseball bat. For those who do not know, this made the bat lighter, which added to his swing capacity and timing, all of which made him the deadly batter that we all thought that he was. Eager to stamp this out of the game, especially as the same thing had already occurred with the likes of Chris Sabo, the MLB decided to investigate all his bats. It is at this point that Sosa admitted to the charges by claiming that he only wanted to entertain the fans.
Say today, appealing his 8-game suspension for using a corked bat. Sosa met with major league officials in Baltimore.
Whatever punishment that they're gonna do it, I accept it.
Not at this cost, bro. Now his entire 600-plus home run legacy has been tarnished due to his underhanded methods. Houston Astros. As bad as one player cheating is, it's nothing compared to when the entire team is cheating. What do we mean? Take a look at the Houston Astros, who cheated their way through an entire championship with the strangest object, trash cans. Apparently, when the Astros won their first championship, everybody was happy for them. However, as the years went by, people began to get more and more suspicious about their domination of the game. Things were eventually exposed to the world when Mike Fiers left the team and exposed what they had been doing all along. Nobody likes a snitch, but everybody was grateful when he revealed that the Astros used to use the cameras in the stadium to observe the signs their opponents would throw up. That way, they could study their opponents properly so that they could be more prepared for the next time they faced each other. Wild. The crazier part was that when it was time to execute their knowledge during a game, the players would bang on the trash cans to let their on-field teammates know what was coming for their opponents. Crazy, right? Take a look at these guys in action. The evidence was clear because the Astros led the MLB with runs scored. Best team batting average, and Jose Altuve, their star player, won the MVP award. To top it all off, the Astros also smashed through the World Series that season. Evidence even shows that Altuve was shocked by the hidden electric transmitter underneath his jersey. after he smashed that home run, even though he may have been able to hide the transmitter after heading to the dugout. His teammate lacked so much awareness. He was photographed with tape on his chest. Damn. Consequently, the MLB fined them heavily. Furthermore, there were a ton of bans and loss of draft places as well. Such a shame, as nobody can even consider them to be champions anymore. This is why you should never cheat, because the rest of the league dismissed their accomplishments. Even their fans now throw trash cans during their games. Big shame.